Hello, everybody. I join you once again after having realised I'm clearly cursed because I just cannot get a video out on time ever. Last time, issues with my phone. This time, issues with my computer, which corrupted my audio, so it sounds a little something like this. Okay, it's time. We're gonna do this. We're back. It's Jumputi Heroes. I'm going to have to edit this a little bit differently than I normally do, because the last few times I've recorded, and obviously that's not ideal. So, what can I do? Well, all I can really do is take the footage of the summons I did and just kind of throw it at you. Just throw it at you. So I've got summons footage that's going to come up in about a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes. Skip forward to that if that's all you care about. But what I want to quickly touch on is news post is in the description. News post has all the stuff about the villains event. The villains event still has just under a week left, so or around the week, I guess. So if you still want to get involved, there is still time. There are still banners running, and of course the new Dark Hero Limited Chrollo Lucilfer from Hunter x Hunter. He was kind of supposed to be the secret of this event, but as always, when they prop things up for there to be a secret, they really telegraph it. It's so incredibly obvious. It's like, oh, you have a Xenozoldic event? I wonder who the Limited's gonna be. And basically, if you are interested, which I know a lot of people are, there's still time, but as always, limited banners. My word of warning is, if you can only do 500, that's fine. If you can do 500 750, that's fine. If you can do 500 750 1k, that's fine. Beyond that point, if you cannot do the 9k, don't. You stop at 3. That's it. Don't go any further. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to touch on, the new event that is just around the corner has been confirmed to be coming out, is Rurouni Kenshin. We knew that it was coming sooner than anticipated back when it was first announced, but it is confirmed, it is official, it will be coming. There's going to be a live stream for it. Information on that's going to be not in the description, well, in the link that's in the description. But to start off the summons, we have my free daily single, which I have included because I actually did get a 5-star, which is great. And it was, of course, a dupe Terahashi. Now, if you follow on Discord and stuff, you might know that this is actually my 3rd dupe Terahashi during this event. I don't really need any more, but okay, I'll take it. I guess, you know, to be fair, of all the characters, she's somewhat useful. She's got somewhat useful support, so I can't really complain. Next was my free multi. We're getting a free multi daily for a few more days at least because of the whole Freezer Twitter campaign thing. Additionally, something I need to add, we have the lottery event on Twitter. The description of that will be included in the news post in the description. Be sure to read it carefully because it's kind of complicated, but you can win some rubies. I won 1,000, so you can win too. Now, the multi you're seeing right now is the 500 that I did on the Hoshin Engi or Dark Heroes Side B banner. And it went as expected. We got Shinkohyo, who I already have dupes of, and I just, you know, I kind of wanted Daki, but I didn't really want Daki enough, you know, and so I didn't go to all the steps, which, you know, you can't summon on every banner, guys. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. And I decided 500's enough for me. So now what you're seeing is the first multi of Chrollo Lucilfer. Now, I had a heinous error in my judgment this weekend because I saw that a Hunter x Hunter Gacha game was coming soon, and I thought it would be good for me to refresh myself, remind myself character names and you know, where they were in the story, what their purpose was, because I do struggle with that. When there's so many different anime, there's so many different games, there's so much to keep up with, I do sometimes struggle with it. Certain characters will stick in my head for like no reason. Like for instance, some of the characters in OPTC, like fucking someone like Atmos, like why that character's not important to me. That character's not even important to the story, really. But because OPTC takes a character, puts him in a gacha, puts him in an event, whatever, it stuck with me because everybody was talking about them for one reason or another at a certain point in time. They were useful for a certain event, maybe. Or maybe you were just talking about the fact that, hey, they're here, that's cool. Whitey Bay has got, what, like 2, 3, 4 units in OPTC? Who cares? Who cares about Whitey Bay? I mean, she's like a whatever character, but I remember her name because OPTC. So I went out of my way to try and refresh my brain, refresh my memory on some of the Hunter x Hunter units, and surely enough, I ended up watching on Netflix all of Hunter x Hunter that's on there, which is up to the end of York New City, and then I continued to watch a load of Greed Island, which I obviously can't watch in English because Netflix didn't have it. Sucks for me, but whatever. And with the dubs, the only reason I ever watch dub is not because, oh, I think the dub's so much better, or, oh, I didn't like the sub, or whatever. It just comes down to a focus thing. If I'm working on other stuff, if I have the sub on, I'll get distracted and want to keep looking over and reading what characters are saying. Because I'm not fluent in Japanese, so I can't understand the words they're saying. I have to look at the subtitles. If I have the dub on, it could just be happening in the background, and I can just be listening and enjoying. And watching Hunter x Hunter again kind of got me pumped when Chrollo got added, which was an awful mistake. It was unintentional. I was only watching Hunter x Hunter so I'd remember some of the character names when that game came out. That was all I was doing it for. And, well, lucky me, we got Chrollo in the new event, so obviously you got a pull for him. You were just watching the anime and you were loving it. So, indeed, that's what you can see is happening in the background right now, my pulls for Chrollo. And I've got to say, the Xeno event, which I have now cleared, was a little bit too easy. I think the thing is, with these massive ensemble events, you know, especially one like this where they're introducing a whole new thing, a new way to add characters, a new way to, you know, have events play out, I think they kind of put themselves in a position where they have to make these events a little bit easier because they know they're going to be drawing a lot of players in. So they did the same with the One Piece event. I think they kind of did the same thing with the JoJo event. They knew they were putting players in rather than just giving something good to the players that already existed. And so what they had to do was, okay, let's tweak the difficulty a little bit. And I really found that the Catastrophe Kenshiro stage to be a lot easier than what we're used to. And then the Xeno stage, I would say, was slightly harder. Now, I would say it's a fair bit harder than the Kenshiro one, but still not that difficult, especially if you had certain units. Like, I know, like, it sounds a bit weird coming from people that have accounts that are, like, stacked with characters, but when you've played stages like the Free Turn Challenge and Genkai Battle Saga, you realise that they can still make challenges that are genuinely difficult, even for the people with, like, super stacked boxes. So when these catastrophe stages come along, and they're actually not that hard, it kind of shows two things. One, they're trying to draw in new players, so they don't want it to be too hard, so these players can still have a chance. And two, we might be seeing a shift towards much harder events in the future. There's been a lot of evidence of that, but mostly it's just like whatever evidence. It's not like, you know, concrete, solid 100%. It was just like, well, this could happen, that could happen. But I think the Rurouni Kenshin event might be different. And the reason I think it might be different is because I think they might actually, because this is an event for the players rather than an event to bring new fans in. Though it will be a chance to bring new fans in. This is the event that fans of the actual game rather than fans of this series voted for. This was the highest number of votes. This won. This is getting its own story event. So in order to reward those players, it would be nice to have a little bit of challenge. Anyway, as you can see, we got ourselves Chrollo Lucilfer. We had to go all 9 multis, which I didn't want to do. We had to do post-commentary, which I didn't want to do. And it's another one of them days. It's just another one of them days. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to do coverage on the Rurouni Kenshin event when it comes out. We're going to do coverage on the Hunter x Hunter game when it comes out. I kind of want to talk about some other stuff, which might be in another video, but really I got to figure out how to fix my fucking computer, and then once I've done that, hopefully more content on the way. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.